The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood Redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Reality Check, featuring in-depth interviews with today's reality TV stars. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood Redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Reality Check.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Black Hollywood Live Reality Check. I am your host. Joined with me, I have two beautiful, beautiful ladies. I have Corrinne Williams.
Hey, hey. Actually, it's Poetic Justice.
Okay, hello.
Hey.
And we have Michelle Renee. She threw that shade, hunty.
You know I complimented you for this show. Hey, y'all. Bye. Hey.
We have a really, really exciting show for you. Make sure that you join in on the conversation. Hashtag BHL Reality Check on Twitter. And Twitter handle is at BHL Online. We're going to get right into it. Let's catch up with the Kardashians. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
That Tyga booty.
Hey, girl. Hey.
That she had all out on the cover of Paper Magazine. Okay, so how much do you think these assets cost?
You saying how much did they pay her to be on
How
the
much did
magazine?
they pay her?
How much
Yes.
did her ass implants cost? They didn't pay her
They
anything.
didn't pay her nothing.
Okay,
She
so
did it for free
they
99.
didn't pay her anything, but did you guys think that she got paid a lot of money to do it initially before knowing that she didn't get paid anything?
No.
No, I think she just wanted to work with the photographer.
Really? I thought that she would have got paid a lot of money only because she's a Kardashian and that's how she makes her money. I was surprised to find out. I mean, I'm just saying.
Boots.
Um,
Come on, lip smack.
But then when I found out she didn't get paid anything, I was shocked. I'm like, wow. So, and she full frontal. The punani was out. The buttocks was out, and those tiggle bitties was saying hallelujah.
Yeah. How you doing?
Okay. Wow. Are we shocked, or do we expect this from Kim?
Are you kidding me? What is there to be shocked about? This is the same woman who has a sex tape, ladies and gentlemen, with Ray J, who sold the sex tape for $1 million. And this is how we come to know Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian clan. That's number one. Number two, I mean, anything to stay relevant. I mean, this is clearly what she wanted to do. She's happy. She's like, see my fake ass. And
See, the thing is,
that I have.
it's just not flattering to me. Like, I don't think that this is Kim Kardashian's, like, her face just doesn't, it's just not doing it for me. Her butt looks hella fake, and it just looks like, it actually looks like a donut or something, which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, but it's just not. And this is no shade, because I appreciate a beautiful man, okay? But I just don't think.
Still. Like, I still think she's a gorgeous woman. You know, the butt is enhanced as well as the boobs and whatever else she's got going on. But I just think I don't have an issue with her doing it. I just would like to know the reasons as to why.
The reasons. So
What are the
reportedly, she
reasons?
did this because her and Kanye are trying to have another baby. And this is her showing off her body, her bouncing back from North before she gets fat again.
Well, I would have
According to
appreciated
TMZ.
it more if there was no Photoshop. This is clearly Photoshopped.
Yeah.
Let us know, BHL Reality Check,
This is also
hashtag
like
that.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
Everything that they do is, to a degree, it is scripted and, you know, cut and trimmed, you know, for the masses. So I'm not mad at it. I just wonder, like, really what else is behind that?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't do it if I was a mother and a married woman. But I'm
Well, a
also
lot of
not
people
Kardashian, so I don't know.
also argues that, you know, just because she's a mother doesn't mean that she can't show off her body. And I do get that point. I guess to each their own. We're talking about her, so she is remaining relevant. But would I do it? No. Michelle? for the right amount of coins.
You never know like what you would do, and you can never say never. What I want to see from her is kind of like, you know how Angelina Jolie was really wild when she first came out, and she was having sex in limousines and exchanging blood with Billy Bob Thornton and stuff like that.
But that was her husband.
But now she's reached this level of fame, and she's using it for something positive. I feel like Kim is to a level where she is this big superstar. You need to stop doing slutty things. Like, you don't have to do that anymore. Sex sells when you're trying to get to the top, but you're already at the top. So be a positive role model.
She's at the top, but I think that she also, like you said, she wants to show off how hot she is. Let us not forget.
This one,
now
I don't
she's
mind.
a
The
MILF.
full frontal ones, though.
I was like,
It was
why?
worse than Playboy.
Yeah.
She did Playboy.
I was gonna say, well, didn't she do Playboy?
She
so what's the
did,
big
but-
deal? Like, what's the big deal? She did Playboy.
How
She
do you
has a
guys
sex
feel?
tape.
How do you guys
Get your
feel
life.
about people saying that she's like trying to like emulate the image of the black woman who did it previously?
I have mixed feelings. I mean, I honestly think that her doing the pose with the glass on her booty, I think she was unaware, and I don't think that she came into it knowingly, knowing about the situation. Excuse me. So,
Well, reportedly, allegedly, I don't know whatever word I want to use, but this guy, reportedly, allegedly, supposedly, obviously, I don't know, but this guy like takes the images and then cuts them up to get the image that you finally see. So I don't think she was really balancing that on her ass.
well, clearly she wasn't, honey.
Yeah,
She
I don't
wasn't.
think she
So
was.
I have a great high booty, and I couldn't do that.
Like the original picture of Grace Jones during that arabesque in the back looks totally different. Her leg is like on a stool, not up here, like behind her head. So they take the images and chop them up and then digitize them to be what they look like.
Okay, so
no,
another
she
thing
wasn't
that I
doing
want to
that.
talk about really quickly is how do you guys feel about, and I know that we talked about this before on Reality Check, but a lot of people, black women and women in general, are upset because now all of a sudden big booties are glorified, voluptuous breasts are glorified,
Curves,
and it's like
lips,
when we
dark
naturally
skin.
have it, but then when someone such as Kim K fronts her, flaunts her stuff and has this big old booty, now it's just like beautiful and gorgeous, and she's getting glorified for it, and it's not even hers naturally.
Read, yes, honey, read.
So how do you guys feel about that? Like Sarah Bartman, for example.
Oh.
She was, if you know your history, I'm not
on.
going to give you a lesson.
Come on,
but
educator. Come on, teacher.
just comparing it to that, how this lady back when she was known as a circus freak, people would just come and poke at her and make fun of her because she had a really big bottom and really big breast. And then we have this, and it's like, I don't know. I really want to know your opinions.
Do you want to go first, Michelle?
I'll go first. I don't buy the argument that just because Kim Kardashian or someone white like Iggy Azalea is flaunting their curves that it's okay.
Well,
I think that
booty's
curves,
bought too.
I think that curves come and go as far as being acceptable to society. In the 80s, it was all about being stick thin. And then curves came back. If you look at the 50s, like Marilyn Monroe, she was curvy. So I don't think it has anything necessarily to do with like race. Just because a white person does it, it's acceptable. I think it has to do with where.
What, Ashley?
Your face.
What? Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're
feel like
saying.
it's based on time. I feel like now in the 2014, 16s, whatever, curves are acceptable.
Absolutely not. It has everything to do with race. To Ashley's point, it is cool to be a curvy girl now because the likes of Kim K, she's walking around with hips and a booty, as well as J-Lo. Now it's cool. When black women, for years and years and years, this is how we are naturally built. So yes, it has everything to do with race.
But I'm saying back in the 50s, for instance, like Marilyn Monroe, she was not skinny at all, and she
was skinny at one point. She was
but
really,
she-
really,
but that
really
was
thin.
the
White
curves.
woman. We wouldn't say that about Aunt Jemima, who had hips, booty, breast.
I'm just saying, at one point in time, curves was considered to.
I get
represent
what
that you
you're
had money enough
saying.
to eat.
No, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But who was glorified? Yes, Marilyn Monroe was voluptuous, but
What other black women?
what other women were? It was just like,
Ella Fitzgerald. Were they
know.
saying that about Billie Holiday?
Well, you guys let us know.
But this is my
Okay.
point.
Here we go.
so
Here
hold
we
on
go.
now. And this is my sentiment. And Paul Mooney said it best. He is a comedian, a African-American comedian.
Hey, Paul.
He said, what up, Mooney? Everybody wants to be a, insert here. He did say the N-word, but I will say a black person, but nobody wants to be a black person.
No, I get it. Let us know what you think. Hashtag reality check. Follow us online at BHL online. And follow us on Instagram. Make sure you let us know what you are thinking. And also leave us a comment below on YouTube. So moving on, we're going to stick with the Kardashians. Now we're talking about Kim cropped out Tyga at a party. This is the before picture. And then her Instagram picture actually was this. So she cropped him out. Now it's rumored that Kim K does not approve of his and Kylie's relationship. And then also she is BFFs, air quotes, with Blac Chyna, who is his ex. So
and his baby.
But then again, here's the other twist. Blac Chyna is supposedly hanging out with Kanye's ex. So I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Would you have cropped out Tyga if you were Kim?
No, because it's a terrible crop. Just like look, her damn mama is cropped out of the picture. Like you just look.
So you just wouldn't have put it up?
I wouldn't have put it up at all. I don't think she should put it up at all. Number one. Number two, where was she when her friend Trina was where was she when French Montana, who was behind her, was dating her sister, and she was supposed to be friends with Trina. So now is not the time to take a stand because you didn't take a stand then. So now you just look petty, and your crop is terrible.
You better read.
Wow! Yes!
I mean, that was a read. Yes.
So, Corrinne, what do you think?
Girl, I mean, there's so many things wrong.
Besides the crop, obviously, we touched on that.
Right, thank you, Michelle. So, I mean, for one, I find it odd and hard to believe that Kim K disapproves of this alleged relationship with Tyga and Kylie. I think that she knows it and she's fine with it. I mean, this is also the same woman who slept with Kanye allegedly when Kanye was with Amber Rose. Let's just make that obvious. Hello, hey, how you doing? Second, would I have cropped it? Maybe. If I'm shady.
So this was an intentional shade, you guys think?
Yeah.
I think it was intentional too. And it's not even a cute picture, honestly. I mean, Kylie's kind of cute.
Kim looks cute. And
Kim
I think that's probably the issue.
And that's
she just wanted to post it because she looked
She looked it, yeah.
She's fire. Like, she's hot. So, I mean, I ain't mad at it. But
how about be disappointed that your sister is 17 and she's dating someone that's like 25?
Ooh.
24, actually.
24.
With a 40-year-old baby.
Dang. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so
What do y'all think?
in other news, Yung Berg was fired from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And supposedly he was fired because he put his hands on his, I don't know, ex-girlfriend, current girlfriend. It would have been ex-girlfriend if you're dealing with me. But yeah, so he got the 86 because, you know, a domestic violence dispute. Should he have been fired?
You know, I don't even know how to really answer that. This is what's so troubling. There are so many things wrong with a lot of the different Love and Hip Hop franchises that goes on behind closed doors. You have Stevie J can't pay these taxes. He can't keep his nose clean. He's going to jail. Him and Jocelyn are fighting behind the scenes. She's allegedly on cocaine. Let's see, what else? Mimi and the sex tape. I mean, there's just a lot of messiness going on. You have Joe Budden in New York. He's physical with ladies. He's, you know, alleged drug. It's just crazy. And now all of a sudden you want to pull the plug because he allegedly, you know, got physical with Masika. I feel like if you're gonna go in on somebody like that, then you need to be fair amongst all of the different franchises. There needs to be a rule and a standard set. You just can't use him and be like,
set an example.
Yeah, this is it. Okay.
Well, do you think this is them setting an example and saying, you know what, we're not going to tolerate this anymore, and if you do this behavior, then you're out?
No, he probably just wasn't going along with what they actually wanted.
Wanted to spin it as?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Masika, or whatever her name is, she released a statement saying that nothing happened. So,
but you know, I don't know. We're gonna get to that.
Like 40 days after.
We're gonna get to that later on the show.
Is there a video?
No, because allegedly, they were in the hotel. But yeah, we'll get to that later. But I don't know.
I mean, I think he shouldn't have been fired unless there's proof. So maybe they have something
that they're not telling us.
They're not telling us, and that's why they because I agree that with so many other things going on the other casts, like how would they just fire him?
Do you think it's because they're just such like a hype around domestic violence and people like getting fired, for
That's a
example,
good
like
point.
the NFL and stuff like that? They want to take a stand and be like, look at us. Is this for more ratings? Do they want people to tune in because, you know, is he really fired? I don't know. We'll see, because you know he can just magically reappear. Is he getting a spinoff show?
Hell no, he's not getting a spinoff show. Bye, Felicia. No, he's not getting no spinoff show. I don't know. I just think it's peculiar. Like, if you're going to do that to one, you need to go and clean house with the rest. But then that means that we'll have no
season.
TV.
Yeah,
And I don't know
exactly.
if I'm down for that. So, bye, Berg.
So, speaking of franchises, let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7 premiered this week, and pretty much the highest premiere of any Bravo show, over
Yes,
3.8
RHOA.
million viewers. So congratulations to the ladies, first and foremost. So on this episode, pretty much the entire storyline was about Apollo and Phaedra, and Apollo going to his sentencing hearing, and Phaedra not going with him.
Honey, she was in the presidential suite at a hotel.
Yes, did not go. And some of the ladies were saying, good, she shouldn't. Others were saying she should stand by her man. So
Candy, i.e. Candy.
Candy. So, and she used the reference of Hillary Clinton
Yes.
standing by Bill Clinton when he was getting his, you know what, worked on.
And
But
how
anyway.
ironic was that, though? Like, just, I'm sorry, I have to insert here. Like, this is the president of, or was the president of the United States. You're going to equate that to Apollo, who
Yeah, I
already
think
has,
she could have used a different example, but
He's a felon already. Like, before this crime he committed. So,
Yeah.
nice try, Candy.
yeah, so that was pretty much my question to you guys is, do you think that if your significant other, husband, baby daddy, whatever, was in this situation, would you go to court with him or would you not?
Now, is it the same situation? Like, am I married to an Apollo who
You're
already
married
is a
to an
felon?
Apollo
No, I'm
who's
not
already
going.
a felon. He's
No.
been kind of doing you wrong behind. So y'all agree that she shouldn't have
I'm
gone?
not going nowhere.
I'm not going
you already
either.
embarrassed me. You dragging my good name through the mud, and I have these 2 sons. Bye.
I think there's
disagree.
Don't call collect.
yeah.
Don't do it. I'm not sending you a care package. I'm not sending you cartons of cigarettes. You do your time. Do it.
She married a felon though.
And he was supposed to be reformed. The Lord came in and saved him, and then he backslid. Get your life in your own cartons of cigarettes.
I see both sides. Like, she knew what she was getting into when she married him. So really, how can you complain? You should have seen this coming. Blah blah blah. But then on the other side, it's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not going. I'm not about to support this bull crap because I ain't got time for it. I want a divorce. You ain't got no coins anyway. I supported you throughout this entire marriage. What did I get? Nothing. Thank you for the 2 kids, though. But still. I'm done. I'm not going. And I'm going to sit in the presidential and have me a good time.
With my mom, and we're going to kiki.
Yeah.
And order room service and drink hot cocoa.
I think she should have gone.
Why? Like, why, Michelle?
Okay.
Michelle's
number
a ride or
one.
Here we go.
Number one, when you marry somebody, especially when you marry a felon, this part of the nuptials should definitely be clear, for better or for worse, for death do us part. Nobody asked her to do time for him, but I think she should have just gone to the sentencing hearing. Number one, because if a judge is there, she's there. Maybe it will help the judge be lesser on his sentence.
But
Like, he got this family, these 2 little boys,
No.
whatever, this wife that he needs to get home to. I don't know.
You want to know what I don't like about... Go ahead,
she's
girl.
not-
Also
her-
an attorney, though. So how does that look for her to show up, knowing the wrong that he has
Don't- ain't
done?
nobody hiring her no more.
You already married a felon, so if you were
Ain't
so
nobody
worried
hiring
about
her
if
no
you
more.
were so worried about being an attorney, you wouldn't have married him to begin with.
Exactly. And that's to that point. It's just like, why did you even set yourself up for
So that's why I
failure?
think because
Desperate.
she got in that situation, she should definitely stick by him.
I don't even know how to recover.
And the whole thing is this Southern Belle. A Southern Belle will stick by your man. They will.
Well, she is,
That's what they
And
teach in the South.
worldly.
Stick by your man, even if he cheats on
Well,
you,
good thing I'm
whatever.
not
I think
South.
she is.
I
She
am.
ain't. I don't think she's truly. I think she's she wants to like have this persona of being a Southern belle, but truly, no, I don't think that she is. I just don't. I think she has something to do with it. How is that your husband?
and you don't know what he doing.
And you don't know what's going on. This man comes to you every night smelling like Kenya, and yet you don't know that he was having an affair. I can't do it, and that he was doing all this stuff. I just can't.
No.
That's probably why she didn't go, because she didn't want to get caught.
She didn't go because she was upset because of other stuff that was going on.
This is Michelle's best friend.
It's not, but I just feel like she should have stuck by her.
I mean, please, let's bear in mind, people, last season, we saw I would say, the demise, if you will, of their marriage. He clearly was blatantly disrespectful to her, and you could see that on the episodes when they filmed together. Okay? And she just is over it. Like, the marriage, it's been over. It's been done.
At some point, you have to draw the line. Or what you need to do.
Ask for the divorce.
Yeah. Or what they need to do is just like not be on reality TV and get their life together. If they really wanted to make the dream work, they would have just like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. My family means too much. No, they're money hungry.
Ooh.
Southern Belle, she want them
coins.
Nobody
was hiring her no more, so she gotta be.
I'm saying.
Well, Phaedra
Apollo,
is smart.
after you get out, he's cute, so.
Apollo can't vote. Get your life. I can't be.
He can't even go out the country. It's okay. I'm just kidding.
Call somebody. Call her Apollo. Okay, call her some jail.
I'm your pen pal.
Girl, he might not look like that. Well, he might in 8 years because all he got is time.
He only got to serve 5.
And wait.
Well, he's short, and he's gonna like buff up for real in jail. So he gonna look a thumb.
Do you hear this?
What she say?
He only has to serve 5. Okay, call her. 1-800.
She got all the tea.
1-800 need a felon. Her extension is 641.
Pen pal.
So we're gonna go back to the Kardashians.
On this new show, The Prison Wives. That's gonna be you.
VH1 needs to jump on that. Hashtag The Prison Wives.
It's on. It airs on Lifetime.
Ooh.
Actually, and it just started. Yes, I'm 3 episodes in, and it is much to behold. We'll talk about that at a later date. Nonetheless, yes, honey, yes.
So tell us about what the Kardashians have to do with the KKK.
Oh, is that the next? Oh my goodness! So you can't even see it.
Girl, go ahead and read it.
I just can't. Anyways, going back to the Kardashians. So earlier this week, Khloe Kardashian reposted to her Instagram this picture that says, "The only KKK that allows black men in." Offensive or not?
I think it's offensive. I think it's very insensitive, especially considering the fact that you have a biracial niece.
Ooh.
Like, how can you do that? I just can't. But I read an article that said that Kim Kardashian really didn't even think about race until she had a biracial kid. And I believe it. A lot of these people don't think about the damages that they're really doing by reposting and thinking that stuff like this is funny. And coming from Khloe, I'm extremely disappointed.
Why?
I know that she was doing it to be funny because that's my favorite. Like, Khloe, I feel is so down to earth. She's like very personable. If I met her in person, hey girl, hey, we'll have a little kiki. And then I'm like, I just can't. I can't call this one
offensive or not.
It's very offensive. I saw Selma, the screening of Selma, the movie about Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Like the day before this came
Mm-hmm.
out. And so I was hypersensitive to like racist things. And I feel like in this post-racial, air quote, society that we're in, a lot of people tend to forget. That's what I'm saying. We're not in a post-racial society. We're not, but some people claim that we are. So I just feel like people
girl, we dark skins.
People tend to forget that the KKK was as racist as they are and beat people. And
girl, the KKK is still alive and well. They live in Barberton, Ohio, right up the street from Akron, Ohio, where I live. They be having their little hats on. And this was 2 years ago. I seen them in the car next to me. I said, oh. I kept looking. I kept looking forward. I said, "Y'all want no problem, 16." No. I thought, ooh.
She wanted to live to see this episode of Reality Check.
I was like, y'all ain't gonna get me today. No, not today.
I feel like people aren't aware. I feel like, yes, she posted it to be funny, but I feel like people don't really
make yourself aware. You have a black niece. Yes, make yourself aware.
It was offensive. She shouldn't have done it.
And Kanye, I can't believe he set us for this bull crap. Kanye, our Jesus walks, gonna go ahead and do that to us. Yes, I can't go get with a white woman and then just forsake us. I can't.
I don't even know how to come back from
girl,
that.
tell us how you feel.
How you feel, Corrinne? Your sister, no.
Ashley just gave me so much love. Like, I can't. Okay. Oh, goodness. Anyways, how do I feel about this? Yeah, it's very disturbing. You know, much to Michelle's point, people are just so blinded by the fact that we still live in a very racist society. And the thing is, if you're going to be dating interracially, i.e. black men, how dare you even think that this is okay and cool when we still have things such as Ferguson going on?
And they all date black men now.
Day lynchings. You know, a black man is assassinated by walking out of his house. A 17-year-old kid can't even go to the store to get some Skittles and go back to his neighborhood. And we think that this is okay. It's very offensive. And I know that she probably just did it blindly, but, you know, think next time.
Yeah.
You like black men, so you
all
want to have biracial children. So really think about this. Think about this. I still like the Kardashians, but this was a team hashtag bad move all around.
And Scott retweeted it and said, and a Jew.
Oh.
He retweeted the picture and said, and a Jew, meaning they let a Jew in too because Courtney.
Yeah.
I got a crush on Scott.
Ew.
I love him.
That's disgusting.
It is.
And
I'm ashamed.
To your point too, it's like I do believe that Kim never really thought about or had to think about race because, you know, she grew up, i.e. as a white woman, you know, essentially, even though she is what is
Armenian.
Yeah, but still white. Like, so
what do you mean when you say she didn't think about race? She didn't think about racism, or she didn't see race? Because
it's not a factor.
I do not buy the argument from anyone that I don't see color. Everybody sees color.
Well, I think for her, think about the demographics in which she grew up. They grew up in Calabasas, a very, you know, well-to-do neighborhood. Her dad.
Her mama was friends with O.J. Simpson.
So,
you don't think?
But who was O.J. Simpson married to?
Saying, you don't think she said, oh, Uncle OJ is black?
But that's not the point. We're talking about your socialization.
Okay, I'm just asking, what do y'all mean when you say she didn't realize?
This is what I'm saying.
Color.
Her socialization has been white. Like, she never had to
talk about black hair.
She never black hair. Okay. She probably never had things happen to her because of the complexion of her skin. So
she just didn't have a lot of black friends growing up, or she wasn't exposed to a lot of people of different nationalities. You know, if you grow up in a certain area, that's what you become accustomed to, and then when you branch out, it's like, oh, I'm black. I had culture shock when I went off to college. I realized, I'm like, oh, I'm black, but I was interacting with, you know, a limited amount of people of other races, like Asians and, you know, white people. And then when I got to Mount, I'm like, oh, I felt different. But, you know, so I get it. It just all depends on who you grow up around, your neighborhood demographics. Like, some people just are not exposed to other races growing up, and this probably is why it was never a factor for her. And then even like when I've never seen her really with, like, looking back on old pictures, with anyone of color except for Malika. Is now her BFF, Malika the twins.
Malika,
they're her besties.
Any guy she's ever dated since she started dating
but
was
that's
black.
different. Like, that's
her
not.
First husband was
that's not
black.
really. That's not
Ray
really.
J was black. Michael Jackson's cousin or whomever, nephew
black.
she went to prom with and lost her virginity to,
true.
black. I'm just asking, does she see color? Because I think
it's different. You can see color and appreciate color, and then you can see color and not see color. It's just different, because I didn't see color in high school, meaning I saw people as people. Like, yeah, I know that you're white, but who cares? But then when I got to college, I really saw color and I appreciated color because I felt so different. So now I'm like, I want to get to know people. I want to know about your culture. I want to know about your culture. I want to know about your culture. So it's like, maybe she's not really putting forth an effort to know or to understand other people's cultures outside of her own. And really even her own, because she mentioned a while back, a couple of seasons back, where they were trying to get more into the Armenian culture because they didn't know anything about it. So she can see culture, see black or see race, you know, whatever, but not really see it. You have to embrace it. It's a difference.
I think another thing too, with a lot of people, not just women that date who are not black, that date outside of their race, a lot of times it's just the wanting of a black man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not
a black man
disgusting.
is like, it's popular. You know, it's over sexualized. It's salacious. It's sexy.
I
it's
heard
cool,
about that.
It's hip, right? You know,
Yeah.
they got that Mendigo going on, and so everyone just wants to know.
It's
like,
rebellion
ooh.
against
And
your
that's
racist
ex-
family. I'm from the South, where a lot of people I've seen
But
white
that's what
girls
we're-
that only date black dudes, and they daddy. Will
But
be a member
Michelle,
of the
you just
KKK,
made your point.
and
They
do it.
don't marry them though.
They
That's
don't
the
marry
thing.
them.
They just
But-
want to test.
But you just
Tyrone
made
out.
your point. She likes black men, but she's not like trying to
That's
figure
the
out our
thing.
culture.
I do think she sees culture, and I do think she sees.
She
race,
don't-
But
she
only
don't
wants to-
appreciate our
She only
culture.
wants to see it when it
She
benefits
does
her.
now.
She only wants to see it when it
Because
benefits
she got a
her.
black kid.
And
Thank you.
okay, yeah.
And she lucky the baby's hair ain't a little kinkier. Cause she be trying to slick it down. My girl, let her live. Please let her
Go
live.
talk to Beyonce.
I'm
and see
tired of
what
that
kind
slick
product
back.
they put on Blue Ivy's hair and go ahead and put that on North.
She got that slick to the. I'm so tired of her wrapping her hair is like halfway wrapped.
What else is she gonna do with it?
She can let it be curly, put a little bow, something like embrace the
Well,
curls.
her hair is
halfway
not
wrapped.
the same.
It's girl. I'm
The
tired of
hair
seeing.
is not the same, Ashley.
Girl, she got spritz, pump it up, slicking down
No.
that
Just
thing.
The baby is about to be bald headed.
Call
Put some
Trina.
spritz on it.
No, I'm saying that it look like that pump it up slick is on there. What I want her to do, I wish that she just embraced that baby's curls, let it just be curly, and put a little bow.
Well, this is all
Like Nala, like Halle Berry's daughter.
Well-
They let it be gone and just pull up a little bow.
Honey, this is, but she also doesn't have Halle Berry hair. So Halle Berry knows a mixed texture of
That's
hair
about embracing
because
our
she
culture.
is
She doesn't
biracial.
want to embrace. You need to embrace our culture.
Well, she's learning. I mean, maybe
KKK, this is not learning.
Miss Jessie will go ahead and send them some
Endorse
products.
them.
Hello.
Well, let us know what you're
And
thinking.
Kanye isn't gonna let his baby walk around looking
Kanye
like
is-
freaking frack.
Kanye is
I bet you he
dead.
know how to braid.
Kanye walking around I just
he's
can't.
not.
I feel like he's not like
No, he's
giving us
not.
what he used to give us in 2000 in Jesus Walks. I need that Kanye back.
I can't.
He walking around with blouses on that I can wear.
That is
Let me borrow
fashion.
it.
That is
Hashtag give me
fashion.
it.
That is fashion. Anyways, moving on. So, honey, in other news. In other shady news, you see these two lovely women right here. This is Lisa Nicole and Quad. So they are the stars of, some of the stars of the Bravo hit show Married to Medicine, and they have gotten into a brawl while filming. Things got really physical. Let me tell you what happened. According to TMZ, Quad and Lisa Nicole were having a one-on-one about possibly going into business together.
Mistake. They should have learned from
When-
King Import.
Everything hit the fan. They both came in. It's my understanding they had some, bit of tension with one another. One person said one thing, the other person said another, and then bada boom, bada bang. Claws came out, glass was breaking, drinks was getting thrown in people's face, weaves was pulled out, and scratches were being sent to people's faces. So yes, and allegedly, according to Lisa Nicole, that's the one on the right, she said that it all hit the fan because Quad accused her husband, Dr. Cloud, of having an illegitimate baby, and she said that is what broke the straw for her, and so they got gangsta.
Well, you shouldn't talk about anybody's kids, period. That's just like a low blow. But I expected this behavior from Quad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
She's my favorite.
Oh God.
She really is my favorite, and I like her because I think that she is fun. She's vivacious. She's smart, and
But all of them are smart.
No, don't do that.
Well, not to a certain extent. They're pretty much all smart. Quad is she has an off-putting personality to me. I
really?
think, yeah.
I find her to be so pleasant. She's just fun. Like she's everybody's.
She talks
homegirl.
like this, like, yeah, because, and I'm like, what? To me, it's just not, she always feels like entitled, or she feels like she's better than everyone instead of getting to know them.
No.
I have a question about your story. Who said whose husband had an illegitimate
Oh, I'm
kid?
sorry. So Quad came into the meeting and she said
Lisa
that
Nicole's
Lisa
husband.
Nicole's husband, Dr. Cloud, had an illegitimate kid.
I
Let me make
expected
this
it.
point.
Lisa Nicole
I don't-
called Quad a hood rat bitch.
See?
I wouldn't be surprised if either of their husbands had an illegitimate kid. No offense, but I did this show for AfterBuzz this season, and Quad's husband was a little shady.
Sus, maybe.
Huh?
Sus. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but Quad's husband was a little shady. And so was Lisa Nicole's husband, who admittedly cheated on her for
over and over again,
and she took him back. I don't really know what that has to do with a business meeting for her to bring that up in the middle of the meeting, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's kind of not really
you wouldn't be surprised. Well, I mean, basically, it was said that they both were coming into this meeting very hostile and against one another. Okay. And I guess just tensions flared. And then in the midst of them just being aggressive towards one another, Quad was like, that's why your man got an illegitimate baby out here. And she was like, you hood rat bitch, don't you talk about my family. And then she got up, and then Quad jumped up, and then Lisa Nicole threw a glass of water in her face. And then attack.
I feel like people are fighting on these shows.
I'm absolutely shocked that at their behavior on this show, because if you watch the season, the Married to Medicine last season, these two had a budding relationship. Yeah. They seem to be BFFs, and then I consider this show to be one of the higher brows of reality TV show, just because you have women on the shows who are actually doctors and a dentist, as well as Quad's a pharmaceutical sales rep, and they're just too good for that. Like I was stunned when I read about this, but I am excited to watch it. Sorry,
it's becoming too ratchet. Like we have them fighting. Who else fought last season, the first season of the show? Kenya.
You're talking about Mariah and Toya
fighting. You have Kenya getting popped in the head by
she deserved
Portia.
She deserved
you have
every punch.
What was the other show? What that show about heels? Blood, Sweat, and Heels. Somebody fighting. I don't expect fighting on Bravo. Maybe Bad Girls Club. But I'm a little disappointed in all the women of all of my favorite Bravo reality shows that they're fighting, because it doesn't need to resort to that to get viewership. So I'm disappointed. No?
I mean, I'm disappointed in this.
In them, but no.
But you like them.
You like them about this. And I personally feel that Kenya got what was coming to her. Like, I'm sorry. And maybe it has a lot to do with the change in producers. Carlos King, who does Hollywood Divas, was a producer of, or his company was producing the segments for RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta, last season, and that's why it was epic, if you ask me. So whatever, I'll be tuning in, honey. And they both have lawsuits out against each other. P.S.
I just can't.
So does that mean they're not going to be filming together? Like, boo! I want to see it.
Well, you guys be sure to let us know. BHL Reality Check #. So let's play our game. Corinne, dang. Okay.
I don't know what just happened here.
So our game, pretty much, Corrinne. Do you want to explain it really quick?
We already explained
Okay, so they already know. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Girl, go ahead, Michelle, because you already know.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Well, okay, so we're going with reality checked if we liked it, and reality X if we don't. And it could be anything, from hit reality TV shows to anything that you see in the news, whether it's salacious gossip or just, regular hard news in general, or just somebody's bad outfit, like whatever. So my reality check for the week is my newfound reality show. It is House of DVS with Diane von Furstenberg. I love her. And I was just really excited to learn that this new show was coming on E! And basically what she's trying to do, it's a conglomerate of about 8 women who are all trying to run this race to become the brand ambassador for House of DVF, which is really cool. And I'm almost like infatuated with her just because of her whole, her story. She married a prince, so she was a princess turned fashion designer.
That's magical.
And she just is very elegant, and she's graceful, and she's not getting girls that are like aspiring models. She's getting like regular working girls who have vision and dream. And you see them hit some bumps and curves along the way, but I think that she and her team are just trying to mold and build them to be be something, even if they're not, you know, the brand representative for her fashion empire. So yeah, that's my reality check.
I'll check it too.
Yeah,
I love it.
Even though I haven't seen it.
Hey, it airs on E on Sundays. I don't know the time, so check your local listings for the time.
I just heard Princess turned like a businesswoman. I loved it. I was like, I wish.
She's everything, and she's gonna be featured in the new up and coming
Paper magazine.
No. New full frontal. No. Oh, magazine, and she's gonna be talking about her new husband and how she proposed to him.
Oh, wow.
Yes, honey,
like
she's
that independent
gangster.
woman.
Yeah, she really is. But she has the money, and I mean, she's royalty. So get your life, and she kept that last name.
What happened to the ex-husband?
Which one?
The prince.
Well, he's still
He's still in the
around
market?
somewhere, honey. Yeah, in Germany. He was German.
Okay. I'm trying to get somebody's leftovers, right? A jail bait.
Michelle likes him.
What? So,
Okay.
if you like BET's, 106 in Park, you better watch it while you can because
Over.
this season is over. Yeah, the show.
So
is
that
over
means that we're
after
about to get some
14
jobs then.
years. After 14 years,
No.
BET has announced that 106 in Park's final episode will air on December 19th of this year.
It's a wrap.
In
But they're gonna-
just about a
there-
month.
something
It's
else
going
has to
digitally.
come-
It's going digitally. So that's my
Who did it first, though?
check. That's my reality check because
BHL.
So you're over it?
I'm over it. I think when I first started watching 106 in Park, I was like 10, 11 years old.
With AJ and Free.
With AJ and Free. And
The
ever
OGs.
since then, no offense to anybody, but I feel
It
like
ain't been right.
It just has
No, that's
been
true.
on a steady decline. So
That's true.
I'm gonna give BET a check for finally realizing that the show was
decline.
kind of not where it used to be.
A rapid decline. How about
I'll
that?
check that too. I'll check
You
it. I mean,
checking?
we're gonna miss it. The only thing I don't like is that they're going digital. I still want some in studio stuff. Like, I want to turn on my TV
Well, they'll still
and see
have
them
some
in
specials.
studio.
Well, they can hire 106 and Party.
That's
for
what I
New
mean. Like, there's
Year's.
gonna be some jobs available because I still want that. Like, you know how you get it on E and you get it on VH1. Like, I still want that from BET. That was the only thing that BET pretty much had left. No shade, but shade. So I feel like they
can pick
need
up
some
a
good
reality
shows.
check. Nonetheless, I'm checking that as well.
I check it.
It has never been the same since AJ and Free, and it seems like they can never keep a great host. And I really like that new girl, Keisha Nicole. Because she's very talented. She sings beautifully. And if you don't know who she is, check her out. She's a major star in Canada, where she is from. That's all I'm saying. She's everything. So
that's all that we have for you tonight.
What's your check?
I know, but they like checking us
Okay.
out. Like, let's go.
Shady engineers in the booth tonight.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Corrinne, where can everyone find you?
what's up? Just saying 08 on Twitter and just saying 1908 on Instagram.
And Michelle Renee.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Michelle Renee TV.
And as always, you guys can find me on Twitter at Ashley Gray TV, as well as on Instagram. Check out my website, Ashley Gray TV. And make sure that you check out BHL online. Hashtag BHL Reality Check. See you next week.
Peace.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Here we come.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.